Welcome back to Innocent Girl, Episode 3. So right now we are currently taking a tour of the Kurizaki Art Academy. That's a school that our main character Wataru will be attending with Hinako, which is what you see on the screen. So there's a few notes before I proceed. The first thing that you notice is that the text box is much lighter in opacity, and that's because I want the whole picture to show, as opposed to having that big, long blue banner across the bottom of the screen. And as a recap, we complete our enrollment procedures swiftly, and that's because we have a crazy principal who seems to be interested in our main character for some unknown reason that we will later find out. And the main character, or the principal, seems to have mixed in relationship, marriage, with enrollment papers. And when Wataru was asking about enrollment, she literally tells him to put his thumbprint there, which is kind of like a marriage paper. And we also see this really large painting of water, and it's really powerful. It gives you the feeling of water flowing, the emotions of water. And the principal says that it's painted by one of her students. And we'll find out who it is shortly. So Hinako is telling us this is where the staff room is. Okay, thank you for the guide. And the moment I thank Hinako, the door behind me opens. So what's going on? Oh, it's Wataru-kun! Hakuna? Oh no, another enemy approaching us. Enemy attacks Wataru and deals 11 damage. Are you okay? It's not a enemy. It's our second girl. Well, if you play Purino Party, she's one of the females that you choose. So I looked around while holding my back, and there was a well-known face there. I'm okay, but just don't hug me so suddenly. I'm sorry, I'm not a phone caller. It's been a long time since... It was a long time ago. Well, that's what I thought. So there's another person that Wataru hasn't seen for many years. I'm exaggerating like that for a long time. But though it's been 1.5 years. 1.5 years! So he hasn't seen her in person for at least 1.5 years. Certainly about it. Well, certainly, if you think about it, will it be that much? So he did went to the same school with her, Konoka Academy, and then he left early because his course work was 1.5 years shorter than hers. And when he graduated, he departed from her, and they haven't seen each other since. And it's been 1.5 years. And of course our Hinako comes and defends herself by saying that, well, it's been 3 years since I've seen him. 3 years. Twice the time, twice the bond, twice the depth. It's like my bond with Oni-chan is much stronger. So yeah, it is long, but it is a little bit short by a year and a half.
短くなんかないよ。
Well, it doesn't feel short. Well, the feeling of time really depends on what, how you feel and what you have been doing since then. Do you not feel that it's really, really long?
だって渡くん、こっちにひなちゃんがいるのに全然来ないし、連絡も電話やメールだけだったし。
This one even. Oh no, it doesn't come at all, even though there are Hina-chan. And I only contacted you by phone and email. Because I was informed that it's good. Just don't understand.
違うよ。こうして生で会うのとは全然違う。えへへ、生渡くんだ。
Well, it's different. It's completely different versus contacting through email and phone versus seeing the person up close or seeing the actual person or meeting him actually. And then she goes like, "Hey, yeah, I'm shipping Nama." Raw Nama is sure overkill. Well, it's good, but can you please let go?
Hi.
Okay. So now she feels much calm. And of course, Hinako isn't feeling well. She's a little bit jealous. When she was pulling off the thing, she was holding out her hand, her mouth with the hand, and was distinguishing herself. What did you do about?
私としたことが思わず再会のギュン。その手があったのをすっかり忘れてました。
What I did with, I remember myself for a while. I completely forgot that there was a hand. Oh, so Hinaka's worried about her bond. Carelessly, it looks like a face.
うかつ。
Carelessly. Don't say.
ひなちゃんは相変わらずお兄ちゃん子だね。
Well, you know, so Hina-chan, you know, he's still your older brother, though. Was it a place to relax here? Anyways, why are you here? So now he kind of switches gears.
それはそのなんと言いますか。
Yeah, that is, what do you say, that? So, Konoka's kind of stumbling on her response. Because we know that Hinaka's here to be a singer. Question mark.
今日本当はひなちゃんと一緒にお迎えに行くはずだったんだけどね。
So, she switches the gears again and says, well, you know, today I'm supposed to pick you up along with Hina-chan. Or Hinako.
実はですね、それがちょっとでして。
Yeah, actually, that is a bit... So I think Hinako kind of feels a little guilty for herself, because she probably wanted Wataru to alter herself, so she literally ditched Konoka and just went off on her own to pick up Wataru. And now she kind of feels a little jealous about it. Let's see if that's true or not. What's wrong with you? Are you still weak in the morning?
違うよ。みなちゃんが朝から炙ったスルメを食べたいって言って、だから用意してて、そしたら時間が。
No. It's just that Rina-chan said that she wanted to eat sweet squid in the morning, so I had to prepare, and then time happened to pass by, and by the time she's done, she realizes that it's already too late, and probably Hinako took off by then. So whether it is or not.
ねえ、渡るくん、私イカ臭い？ねえ、なんだかイカ臭くない？
Hey, you smell squid? Did I leave my do I have the squid set? Well, I don't know why you're so concerned. Because I'm pretty sure, well, unless you got into a little kitchen incident where you had all sorts of smoke everywhere, but... Well, I think she's kind of concerned. Oh, I want to make myself look good for Wataru. And hopefully I don't have that squid sit, or I didn't carry that squid sit with me to the class. Do you understand such?
そうですよ。人は嗅ぎ慣れてる匂いには鈍感になるんですよ。
That's right. People are insensitive to the smell they are used to sniffing. It's not possible to say, though, to say that it's a follow-up.
わたるくんもイカが好きなの？なら、私上手に炙れるから今度ごちそうするね。
So you like squid? I'll treat you this time because I'm good at making it. I don't think Wataru emphasizes the fact that he likes squid. He just mentions that the squid cell doesn't bother him. So I think they're kind of going a little too far. Well, get away from the squid.
イカだけに？いい加減？
Yeah, just for squids like that. Don't pick up strange things. Yeah, don't get Wataru wrong. Don't mistaken his words.
ほんと、わたるくんは朝から絶好調で面白いね。頭の回転がいいっていうのかな。すごくすごいよ。
Yeah, Wataru is very interesting and fun in the morning. I wonder if the head rotates well. It's amazing. Well, I'm totally pleased. It kind of gives a sense of relief. It's not all strict and tight.
大丈夫。お兄ちゃんがイカ臭くても、私、平気ですから。
That's okay, even if your older brother smells, I'm fine with it. Very interesting response. Well, it's the first day of transfer. It's the first day, so what do you want to do with me? So who is he asking? It's the worst stuff like the squid smell, which releases a strange odor. And you could be maybe it's not good to, and also, is it okay to be noisy in front of a staff room? So he's kind of concerned about where they are, and they kind of cause quite a bit of noise. As I thought, the staff room door opens and a teacher comes out.
君ら、何を朝から騒いで。ってミドウか。
Okay, so now the teacher's like, "What's with all the noise in the morning?" And wait, Midou?
はい、すみません。私、2年 A 組出席番号32番、ミドウこのかです。
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm actually A group of year 2, attendance number 32.
私は担任だから知ってる。
I know because I am in charge of teaching. So it's probably their homeroom teacher or her homeroom teacher.
ですよね。
No, it's not. As long as you cannot temper immediately.
君はもしかしてナナミか？
So, you must be Nanami. Am I correct? Yes, I'm indebted to you from today. I'm sorry for the sudden thing, but thank you very much.
理事長のコネで入ってくるからどんなくせ者かと思っていたが、存外礼儀正しいな。
I thought this is what kind of person was, especially when the principal talked about you. It's quite polite. Oh, so the principal was pretty much spreading this message all over school. And for some reason, we still don't know how much the principal knows the main character. Your teacher who cannot clothe herself on a pretty tooth.
私は担任の芹沢だ。よろしくね。
I'm Seri Gizawa, the homeroom teacher. Oh yes, thank you.
ところでナナミ、なあ、妹くんの方だ。
Oh, by the way, Nanami, so what is she asking about now?
ところでナナミ、なあ、妹くんの方だ。
Oh, so you have a sister?
私ですか？
Oh, me?
そろそろホームルームが始まる時間だ。教室に向かいたまえ。
So she's asking like, oh, by the way, Nanami, the little sister. And it's like, you know, homeroom's about to begin, so...
そうでした。それじゃあお兄ちゃん、コノちゃん、また先生、失礼します。
Okay, so Hinako realizes that she's about to be late. And he's like, I'll see you later, teacher, brother, and Kono-chan. I'll see you later.
廊下は走らないように。具体的には時速 8km を超えれば処罰の対象だ。
She has to be exact. So she's telling Hinako, hey, no running in the hallways. If you exceed over 8 kilometers an hour, you can be disciplined for it. Well, who's gonna measure your speed if you don't have a speedometer with you? But either way, she runs off and heads to class. And now... Come on, is this the same class as me and you? So, my homeroom teacher.
そうだよ。だからこうしてお迎えに来たの。
Yes, I come to pick you up like this. So apparently he's gonna be in the same class as Konoka, and the homeroom teacher is gonna be his homeroom teacher as well.
ミドウはナナミと昔なじみと聞いていてな。ならば校舎の案内を頼もうと思って早くに呼んだのだが。
I heard that Midou was familiar with Nanami, and I used to be familiar, so I asked for information on you. So when the teacher pulls his eyebrows, childhood friend shrugs her shoulders.
すみません、イカ臭くて。
I'm sorry. Squid, stinky. Oh, what? You're still thinking about squids? I thought we've got over this, especially when Wataru mentions that it doesn't bother him that much. No, not from here.
さて、私たちも教室に向かおうか。転入の挨拶をしてもらうから考えておきたまえ。
Well, let's all head to the classroom. Think about it. You can help greet the transfer student. Yes, I understand. So we are now in class, and he gives his introduction. Nice to meet you. My name is Nanami Wataru. I transferred here because of my parents' work. And he bows down to the class. And we get a very modest applause. Well, and the applause is from Konoka. It's nice to welcome you, but it's kind of floating a little bit embarrassing in reverse. Right, so how did the other students react to Wataru? Everyone except the childhood friend is kind of iffy. To be accurate, they turn their faces and they keep their eyes away from me. It's not a very welcoming sight. But I know the cause. My eyes are pretty much the usual pattern. So, my own eyes naturally look like someone that wants to get in a fight. And even if I keep silent, it feels like something bad's gonna happen. So in a sense, he kind of feels like the same as what Konoka from Haganai or I Don't Have Many Friends had to go through. And for him, it was that his hair looked kind of funny because it's blonde and brown. It kind of had that mixture, and it kind of looked like the pudding blonde. And that kind of gave a bad impression to all those his classmates. Especially in that episode 1 where he showed up late because he took the wrong bus, or well, maybe it was that. And when he walked in, everyone just literally freaked out. And then in the anime, they even showed how one student tried to stick her desk with her next door, her fellow classmate on the other side. And now Wataru is pretty much going through the same experience. So at first, the reaction is usual. We'll just show off here with some humor. We'll just show some relaxation. I wonder if there's something else to change the air-filled this tension. So he's asking. So he's trying wondering, he's like, how can I try to relieve the tension that's going on in this classroom? I thought that if it was a girl student in the front seat and eyes. Okay, so she freaks out. Oh no! Oh, so now there's a little moat around him. So he tries to smile. I'm sorry, I'm virgin. I'll do something until a new drawing. Please beyond that. Oh, come on. Don't mistake him. He's not gonna commit rape in class. Oh, no, it's not like that. When I can not swim, glance in search of help unexpectedly, my eyes meet the next men. So now he looks at the boys.
お金ですよね。でも今は持ち合わせがなくて。俺も脱いで体で払いますから。筋肉には自信があります。
Oh, it's money. No. I don't have anything to do with it. I will also take it off and pay with my body. I have confidence in muscles. So now, the guys, on the other hand, think that the main character might want to rob him of all of his money. Or, he wants to beat him up with violence. So more troublesome.
ナナミ、お前緊張してるのはわかるが、外に攻撃性を向けるだけでは何も解決しないぞ。
And the teacher is no help either. So she's telling Wataru, I understand that you are nervous, but it will not solve anything by just showing the kind of emotion. I think the teacher misunderstood me. And of course Konoka helps defend by saying that, well, this is his natural expression. He's not angry or anything. This? So everyone looks up at Konoka. There used to be such a thing in the past. Even at that time, everyone was cheating on my bad attention with class change, which explains a hard and solved misunderstanding. So he did go through something like this in the past. And well, yeah, I did forget about it. I don't know what happened in detail, but looks like the same thing is still happening.
そう、渡るくんはそう、悲しい色の鱗をしたお魚さんみたいなもので。
Oh yeah, Wataru, yeah. So it's like a fish with sad scale colors. Hey, this one. Well, thankfully, he has someone like her trying to clear up all the misunderstanding and all the confusion. Don't say anything unnecessary, okay? So he thinks that it's not making the situation any better. And then Konoka quickly nods and yeah. Okay. As soon as I understood this, I shook my head a number of times. Of course, the classmates who saw it are sound that diverts eyes. It's just like an antidote that breaks the ocean, lends a sight or void at once. It's beautiful. So they just ignore him, I guess, I suppose?
緊張してるんじゃなくて生まれつきか?
Oh, so that face. So are you born instead of being nervous? Yeah. Do the face. How many times have you been involved in such troublesome situation?
その朝から心臓に悪い笑顔もか?
That's even from the morning, my heart has a bad smile. So it's kind of mornings are supposed to be like a cheerful, bright day, and he's probably like pulling. His gloomy face is probably like making everyone feel depressed. No, what's this? Well, it's not something to be laughing about.
よし、ブレずに撮れた。
So he takes a snapshot, probably to give her an idea of what to expect from Wataru. So why are you taking pictures?
いや何、本当に治療が必要ならこういう画像があった方がいいだろう。
Yeah, so it'd be better to have pictures if you need such treatment. Well, I'm not sick. That's right, well, obviously, it's what I call it, a changed face. Are you already silent?
なるほど。ナナミなりのユーモアだったのか。だが、いまいちだったな。
Indeed. Was it a humor of becoming a Nanami? But it wasn't good. That said, the teacher placed her hand on my shoulder.
強く生きろ。それが先生からの最初の教えだ。
Stay strong. This is the first time teaching this person. So she's talking to herself, I suppose. I can't bring myself to reply anymore. I haven't started class 1 yet, and this is what's become. Speaking of salvation, it's the kind of salvation that classmates are smiling, cramming without heart.
さて、自己紹介はそれだけか?
Well, so the self-introduction is all that? Yeah. So you're supposed to say, like, what your hobbies and your ambitions are?
そうじゃない。ここが芸術の学び屋なのは知っているだろ? 君の専攻は?
So she's kind of hitting a pretty, sensitive topic. So she's telling the main character You know, this is an art school. So you're supposed to be learning about art. And you should have some major or some concentration in mind of what kind of art you want to do when you graduate from the school. So what's his art major? Well, I haven't decided at all. You talk about the Tenpeku-san about that before entering the school. Yeah, Wataru doesn't mind such a thing. So the teacher's like, so you haven't decided yet? Yeah, it was a sudden change, a sudden transfer to the school, so I didn't really have time to think about what I wanted to do in art school.
そうか。平面に立体、声楽や文芸などがあるが、得意科目はあるのか?
Oh yeah, that's right. So art school we have 3D design, vocal, literary, etc. Good subjects to think about? No, originally I was in a normal secondary school. So our main character talks about tell him that I don't really know what I want to do yet in terms of art. I went from a regular school to a specialty school in art. And it's like, well, even though he took a few classes in the arts, they're probably not as extensive as what the school offers.
理事長が騒ぐほどの鳴り物入りの入学だから、よほどの才人だと思っていたのだが。
And the teacher had pretty unrealistic expectations of what to expect from the transfer student. So she said that well, the principal was getting all crazy about this transfer student, and I thought it probably had lots of good artistic talent. And now what I get is someone that is clueless on what he wants to do. So in a sense, the teacher thinks that the principal has fallen short of her explanations. And of course, Wataru is basically cursing at the principal. Ah, that person. I guess she says a lot of things without permission. And although I've stopped for a while, I wonder how far he has went with descriptions about me. Well, so what did the principal say to you?
半分以上何を言っているのか理解できなかったが、要約するとこうだな。
Well, I couldn't understand what she was trying to say, but
彼との出会いは運命を変える。すべてを超える。あれとかも。という感じだ。
But the principal, well, what I could get from the principal, the gist of it was, the encounter with him will change destiny beyond everything. It's alright. It's a feeling. The principal made pretty grand claims about him. The only thing I can understand is that the tension is pretty high anyways.
俺が聞いたのは恋愛成就も夢じゃないとかなんとか。
Oh, I heard. Yeah, love fulfillment is not a dream or somehow.
おじいちゃんの膝の痛みが消えるじゃなかったっけ?
Pain in my grandpa's knee disappears. Did it not?
無人島に持っていくなら間違いなく渡るキュンとか言ってたわね。
If you take him to the desert island, definitely aerial shoot. I guess everyone already knows that everything the principal says is a delusion. So how many grand, overambitious claims did the principal make? Yeah, that's right. it seemed like everybody in class seems to be convinced. Why is it about?
えっと
So probably they're turning their attention to her and have her basically give her input. Wow, so no, because one child friend seems perplexed. Don't say anything unnecessary. And check with Glaze it says nothing. I'm sorry for the obedience as I'm forcing you.
しかし理事長が芸術関係で嘘を言うとは思えないな。
But then so the teacher comes back, but then the teacher has a second thought. It's like, well, but then again, I would not believe that a principal would make such a lie, especially pertaining to the arts. So are there misunderstandings as well?
しかし
But
ああ、よかったまだ自己紹介は終わってないんですねセーフ
so what are you doing here? And this is where I'm gonna cut off the video for now because it looks like it's getting too long. So we're just gonna see what Hinako wants when she barged into class. When she barged in when class is in session. And in a sense, she ditched her own class. So as a little summary, we get introduced to class. We get a very unappreciative class. Because and his angry glare just literally scares everyone, including the teacher. And when they try to get to know more about him, pertaining to the arts and what kind of art talent you have and what you want to study, he literally doesn't give he can't even give a response, and now everyone's literally confused. And on top of that, the Principal Ichigo, literally made all sorts of grand claims about the main character and how like he's gonna revolutionize the school culture. And of course, Wataru is not happy about it, thinking that the principal's literally putting too much pressure on him. So we'll see what happens next. See you later.